A young girl passed me the other day running from the direction of the school with the biggest grin on her face you've ever seen. She looked like an absolute nutter and she nearly bowled me over, but I couldn't help beaming back at her. She reminded me of our Kerry when she was in high school. A wild tangle of hair flying out behind her, rucksack bouncing on her shoulders, and a big grin as wide as her face. She didn't exactly look like Kerry, but just the way she was moving and the look of determination on her face and these bright eyes, just like Kerry. And I missed her as she was then, and I suddenly yearned to go back. I mean, I don't really want to go back. Bringing up Kerry was hard, beautiful, but so hard. Especially when she was a teenager. She was wild. Not necessarily off the rails wild, but she was smarter than me, quicker too. She ran absolute rings around me back then, probably still could now. It always felt like I wasn't doing the whole parenting thing right. I was just winging it. Like this one time she was shouting at me, like really shouting, because I wouldn't let her go to a festival with her mates. I thought she was too young. She probably was. I was scared something bad was going to happen to her. People die at those festivals and do drugs and everything. She was so upset that I almost wished I'd let her go. I felt guilty for not giving her what she wanted, even though I'm the parent. I should know best, but she was so good at arguing, I felt like I was in the wrong. But then, by the time summer came, she'd forgiven me, mostly, and we were on a long walk the day before results day. We were walking in this shadowy, dappled sunlight, and she was laughing and chasing the dog, and I couldn't take my eyes off her. She suddenly looked like a proper person, tall and willowy, with healthy, glowing skin and happy eyes, clever eyes, and I couldn't help thinking, I did it. I got her through to the cusp of adulthood, and look at this perfect, pure girl standing in front of me, my daughter, my little girl. When I held Kerry for the first time, it felt like I was holding the entire universe in my arms. And when she looked at me with those eyes, oh God, those eyes, it felt like she had trapped the whole galaxy inside them, and I could get lost looking at her forever. I couldn't believe this tiny baby could make me feel like I was going to burst and crumple all at once. The love a parent has for their child, it's unconditional, all-consuming, heart-stopping love. You just run through walls and jump off planes and lift up cars just to see them smile, even from the instant they're born. That love stays as they grow older, but sooner or later you have to release them into the big wide world, even though you want to keep protecting them forever. You just can't. You have to let them go. You still have that love though. You just have to take a step back. Let them be, you know? I've done that. And now our Kerry is having a baby of her own. Next month, actually. I just can't believe that our baby is going to have her own baby. It's hard to get your head around. It makes me feel old, absolutely ancient. It doesn't seem 10 minutes since I was pregnant with her, but suddenly 3 decades have gone by and we're retired and Kerry's moved out and married. That's just life though, isn't it? Sometimes I wish I was just feeding Kerry a bottle in the middle of the night, or taking her to the zoo, or watching her in the nativity, or splashing her in a pool, or driving her to school, seeing her going out to her first party, arguing with her about, well, most things, dropping her off at uni, seeing her get married. But you can't make them young again. You just can't. Time doesn't work like that. Anyway, I'm far too busy with my life to do all that again. Besides, in a month's time, I get to hold the universe and see galaxies all over again, and I don't have to change nappies this time.